Having said a lot of good things about rockered frames, I feel that flat setups were unfairly left out. I received a lot of good comments on my video, and I can tell you, my viewers, that I got so much valuable information that I couldn't have expected any better outcome. I learned about your favorite setups and new frames that I never knew about, your skating styles and brands that I have never even used before. A big thanks to you all. I want to begin this video by sharing a comment from one of my viewers with a profile name Spiner. The comment is very profound and very well represents the flat setups. I'll quote some of his words. I got myself the 4x90mm next setup you started on. The only difference being I used 90mm UC white wheels with it. This is my second year on that setup and it really feels stable for me. Granted, I have no interest in wizard skating and I mainly focus on city skating. I feel this setup has met all my needs in stability, speed and comfort. I have tried rockered frames and they always feel unstable to me at high speeds. I don't mean downhill skating, but if I find myself in an empty park with a rockered skate, it starts to feel really unstable. This is the main reason I am not planning on using rockered frames. The shakes at high speeds are something that inherent to those frames, and I skate fast a lot. My recommendation to anyone starting or choosing a new setup is to evaluate your needs, where you will be skating and what you will be doing on skates. Both flat and rockered frames have their merits and deficiencies, so do your research. If you choose the wrong setup, the chances of never skating it are really high. This comment is amazing and provides an excellent explanation of flat setup benefits. What's even better is that it's based on the commenter's personal experience using both setups. Another comment from Daniel. Lately I've been using a Trinity 4x110 frame. I consider it optimal speed. I live near a stadium. Over time the muscles of the legs become stronger so that 4x110 can also be maneuvered. What can I say? For me, even 4x90 was super tough, because most of my experience comes from rockered frames now. Can't even imagine 4x110. This sounds like a proper setup for speed skating and excellent for fitness. Well done, mate. Another great comment from Fresh as a Daisy. Most of the time I skate 4x100 or 4x90 flat, because fitness is my primary goal. Short story. A year ago I traded Powerslide Next skates for Powerslide Imperial, which were too small for me and therefore remained unused for 5 years. The next came with a 3x100 setup in 231mm length. It was a fantastic experience. A feather light setup with really fast acceleration and top speed. I was really impressed. There weren't even high quality wheels installed, the spinner wheels. Unfortunately, the next boot didn't fit my foot well and I couldn't keep it. I had only 2 sessions with them, but I can't get that setup out of my head since then. I had ridden 3x110, 165mm before, but wasn't really convinced. It was just too high and clunky. It took the fun out of it. However, 3x100 in connection with the Trinity system hit the sweet spot. Fun fact, 3x100 Trinity is lower than 4x90 165mm on FR1 boot. I measured it exactly. Powerslide even brought out the 3x100 frame with a length of 250mm. Seems even more perfect. So you can consider such 3x100 setup because it's very agile, maneuverable and fast, which is my main point. So it's true what Powerslide says about the Trinity frame, that because of specifics in its design it really gets you lower compared to other mounting systems. I had to trust Powerslide on that, but it's good to know that someone actually can confirm. Another viewer said, I skate for the calorie burn and for distance. I want to skate a marathon next year, so I love my flat 4x90 and 3x110 setup. I may try a rocker setup when I get stronger. The new Rollerblade Crossfire looks interesting. I would like to pair the boot with the Endless 90 frames. I actually have my own experience on both setups you mentioned, so I can relate. My favorite setup in pre-rockered era was 3x110. I really loved that setup. And the last one from Kidsy will be, I'm a fitness distance skater, 4x90 flat is my to-go as it gives a good balance between speed, maneuverability and acceleration, hilly area. I also have a 4x84 flat setup that I used more for street skating and for practicing new slides and skills. I find the 255mm frame length gives good enough maneuverability without feeling like a slight shift in weight will have me falling backwards. So here's the conclusion I can make after all your input. For fitness, speed, marathon skating, and any activity that requires high load on quads, calorie burnout, maximum stability, and long distance cruising comfort, flat setups are the best choice. Whereas rocker frames are suitable for slalom with a deep rocker. Wizard moves can be done with either deep rocker or 1mm rocker, or if you're like me, prefer a mix of moderate speed and wizardry on skates, you can use a 1mm rocker. I hope this makes it up for the flat setup. Unfortunately, I don't have any left to showcase them in action, but after reading such a positive comments, I feel inspired to buy a flat setup exclusively for fitness and speed. I can't imagine starting with anything larger than 4x90mm. so that will be my choice. I already have a couple of nice boots, probably Power Slide Next will be a good one for this setup. I'll just need to extend them with the heat gun as they are too tight for me. Again, thank you for all your input. Stay tuned, I'll see you in my next videos. Bye now.